Canyon Factory Enduro Team has been a part of the Enduro World Series since its formation. We caught up with them in Whistler to find out what has drawn each of the team members to racing and how they deal with the pressures it provides. Starting with asking Ludo May what it is like to be a younger rider on a team that has two such high-profile riders as Fabian Borel and Justin Leov.
For me, the first 2 years has been like looking a lot about them, because it was quite like a dream to be in a team with those boys. Push my mental to feel like as good as them in a way, to not feeling smaller than them, because often you feel a bit smaller than them when you look at them and you're like, yeah, but it's not the way if you want to go fast, I think. Some stuff works for Fab, but not at all for me. So I really have to pick up stuff and keep going on my way. You're training all the year long for racing, so you're doing everything for coming the race day and be ready for it. Some days I'm like, why I'm racing? It happens some day when you have the pressure, but the pressure is always for myself, so I put up my own pressure. I think I'm racing because, first of all, I am a competitor inside my body. I like to do better with my friends, and for sure I want to keep riding faster, and is the best way to be faster on a bike, I think, is racing.
Yeah, so I did cross country for several years, and then I had these problems with my knee. I had to do 2 surgeries, and then the doctors weren't quite sure if I could go on, so they're like, yeah, maybe you should stop or find another sport, and did races for fun then, like some enduro races. And then I found, oh, that's a new sport and maybe it really suits me and I really like it, and so yeah, kind of swapped over. Yeah, I started teaching and just finished 1.5 years ago now. It was not such a big decision what I will do, because it just always came to me in my life. I feel like I studied the teacher thing and then I found that team, which I never thought, and suddenly I became a pro rider, which is great, but it's not like I planned that all my life.
So my parents are really adventurous, which I think has given me a good foothold into sort of all the travel and just not being shy at getting out in the world. So I started off with downhill, but really, and I was always riding my trail bike. It was always about enduro, like just riding my bike every day. It was all that I'm really bothered about at the end of the day. So as soon as this came around, I was there at day one. I go into great detail when I approach an event. I don't know if it's just taking it seriously or I like to feel like I've done everything I can, but I really focus on line choice a lot and do notes and head cams and spend an annoying amount of time learning tracks, so I've got them all perfectly in my mind, even if that's 2 hours of racing. And then I can hopefully relax on race day and it's all been worth it. Yeah, that's it. I've always had a microphone attached to my helmet cam, so I can just talk my way down the hill, and if I watch a head cam without talking notes on it, it's sort of half the value for me.
Drop down, straight right out of it, long pass left, off the jump, car, pedal, inside that, and away we go.
It's been a roller coaster for me. Obviously, I was on the up last year. I got my first win and leading the series, coming here to Whistler, and then unfortunately had that crash in the first stage and dislocated my shoulder, and that was me from the series last year, and I went home and had the surgery in October. Yeah, I was really looking forward to building up this year and to obviously trying to get back to the speed I was last year. So that didn't really pan out when, Argentina, I just didn't quite feel right, and I'd picked up glandular fever, which is the biggest challenge I think I've faced, because I dealt with the shoulder injury and put a lot of energy into that, and then coming back and then like another blow, I was almost like, what am I doing? Like this is really hard. So I went in a dark place, and then luckily, I guess the silver lining to the whole thing is having my family there and at home. I just decided to focus on, being a dad, and a few weeks later, that was really what brought me back up. Well, you've just got to keep people around you who are positive and sort of just keep going. For the comeback ride, I really wanted them around, they helped me get back to where I am, and it's about managing racing side, sleep, team stuff, and then also family side. In the past, I probably think about racing 24/7, like it's just always on my mind. Where now I have a bit of a clear cut, and that's cool. It's a separation, it lets your mind rest a little bit. Now I'm just looking forward to getting back into the racing, getting the speed back to where I want it to be, and just being in the mix.